Boom! Welcome back to another episode of StoppageTime TV. We're live in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. Got Coach Cams. I love how we all did the same thing, like at the same time. We've got FTBL, Food Kadani. Man, didn't want to
No, give me some respect. That's what I wanted, yeah.
There you go.
Myself, Myra Quadri. Listen, man, we're back. We said World Cup schedule, we're going to be busy. Make sure you're checking. Is it every single day you're streaming?
Yeah, pretty much.
Every single day you'll get something on FTBL, courtesy of... courtesy of Culture Cams. You might see some familiar faces, you might see some new faces, you might see some people you've seen on F-Football Twitter, you might see some people here and there. We're going to be doing episodes as well. Make sure you're staying tuned in. As ever, some Manscaped midweek specials drop in. Manscaped 20% off STTV. It's the festive period. Make sure you go and get presents for your people. Women can use it as well. We don't discriminate around here, so you know what to do.
Hey, yo. You moved that mic a little too close.
I'm helping
I said, hey, yo. But listen, man, World Cup's been busy. I know you've discussed some stuff, so we won't overlap. Make sure you check out all of the episodes that have gone out already. But we've got a lot to get into. We've got Messi rising. We've got KDB not rising. We've got upsets. We've got groups looking interesting. We've got players that we're liking the look of. We've got people announce themselves. So, I mean, gents, I think it's only right, I know, ultimately we start with Lego. You know, that was probably one of the big topic points, right?
Yeah,
I mean, to start there?
Yeah, you can kick it off.
So what are our thoughts on that? I mean, there was a lot of tweets probably deleted. There's a lot of that reaction at home from some people, but credit where credit is due. He pulled through for his team. I mean, I know the stats were saying that he's walking. We've not seen him like this before. But when it mattered, he did what he had to do. He scored the goal. They're not in with a chance. But I will say, though, with that, even though he rose...
Let me ask you a question. Was it a surprise? Like, should Messi turning up against Mexico in a group stage game shock the world as it did yesterday? Because yesterday... don't want to seem like the party pooper, but it seemed like that. That after he scored, it was like, it felt like a sigh of relief almost. And I was like, guys, this is Messi versus Mexico. Like, let's not kid ourselves. This is what we should be expecting. And if as I said, I don't want to be the party pooper. But up until that goal, he was walking around. He was doing nothing. And it was one of those things where just the game before, you saw Mbappe, who we'll touch on as well, but you saw him grab a game by the scruff of the neck, and you're thinking, yo, people are saying he's the best player in the world. The other guy who's getting mentioned in the conversation is Messi. Can you now turn up? Finally, he did. But my thing was, I expected that, to be honest. That's why I wasn't blown away or anything like that. I was impressed with more kind of how Argentina reacted in the second half when they brought on Palacios, when they brought on Enzo. I was like, yo, the coach actually made the right subs, where I kind of thought in the first half he made 6 changes to the lineup. I thought, yo, okay, first game he knows he got it wrong. Now how are you going to react? They didn't react in the second half at all. And you're thinking, bruv, is this how favourites are going to embarrass themselves? And you thought Messi was going outside up until that goal comes. Listen, we say big players, we ask them to rise. And this is what they have to do. In big moments, you rise. But for me, that wasn't a big moment. That was business as normal. That should have been handled. So for me, I don't want to go on this overblowing now, because guess what? You still got one more game to go. Deliver Argentina. It ain't over.
They got Poland.
But I think
Lewandowski's finally bagged.
in the World Cup.
He's warm.
But that is the key thing, though. That there, in terms of it's expected, but after you see the first game and then you see the performance, you're thinking it can't end like this. Especially like, you know, a few episodes ago, we were talking about the advert, you know, the last dance. You're thinking it can't end like this. Like, we've seen you do this on multiple times. It's not like a, wow, it's happened. It's kind of like, thank God. Thank God.
I get that.
That's what
I felt like was when the Argentina game finished, it felt like a Messi love fest. And I was like, bro, why is Scaloni getting no love whatsoever? He was the one that made the changes that actually changed the game. And listen, Messi got... Hey, listen. We criticised him in the first game. You got to let him when he made the changes and substitutes in the second half. That is what we call game management. And I'm sorry, his subs made a difference. So listen, we got to give him his dues.
Let
as well.
us know your thoughts in the comments.
We do have a super chat actually. Someone already has their
let's
thoughts.
move on. Let's videos.
Big up.
Super chat, super stoppage time.
Ash gave a super chat about Messi, and he says, well, I guess he's talking to Cam here, because he says, your one requirement was that Messi had to rise, but now there's bare caveats. And I can't lie, I agree with him.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Well, he's aiming at you, but I feel you're going to say similar, no?
In the knockout stages as well. This is why it's important to listen to detail and attention to detail. Because he didn't ask for Messi to rise in a group stage game. Because as I'm saying, that's expected. It's the knockout stages where it really matters. Because we've seen this before in the last one. What was it? Nigeria, Iran.
Yeah, Nigeria, clutch goal.
He did this. So for me, this is normal, regular settings for Messi.
Yeah,
now, knockout stage, can we see the same? That's all it is. And listen, great players get asked of great things. Messi has set his own standard. And listen, he might be killing himself by his own standard, but this is an Argentina team that also said they're willing to die out there for him. This is a team that we said are on a 36 games unbeaten coming into this tournament. One of the favourites. They haven't been playing like it. And just because they turned it on at half an hour against the Mexico team that, let's be honest, they were toothless. They showed grit, grind, and tried to make it the best UFC fight they could.
But it wasn't.
I think you put a tweet out perfectly. This felt like a Copa America 3
3
a.m. game.
game.
Because it was UFC for pretty much 60 minutes. And it was like, yo, all right, Mexico, can you give us a little something now? Because in the second half, when teams hold it to 0-0, they come out in the second half, as we saw in, what was the other game just earlier? I can't remember. Someone came out in the second half and rolls
too
it
many
in.
games.
Morocco. That was it. Sorry, Morocco rolls it. And
Ziyech.
so many teams we've seen, they grind it to halftime, then they come out. Mexico didn't even bother. I think Vela had 1 or 2 shots in the first half, and that was it. So, listen, go crazy with your Messi moment, but I'm just saying, like, this is normal for Messi,
Let's
in
speak
my
on
opinion.
the latter part.
For that level of greatness.
I know, Cam, you probably have some things because I saw one of your tweets go out, but Argentina will come in. Brazil are favourites. Argentina are one of the teams that people discussing that, it's going to be the semi-final. The displays have not been it. They're definitely concerning a little bit, like, if we're being real. Like, what do you think this is sort of like too much gas on the Messi stock and the unbeaten games? What do you think is going on here? Because this doesn't look like a team. I know people build into tournaments, but this doesn't look like a team that has it within them to go and try and win a cup right now.
Now, see, the thing is, this is my thing. Like, before the tournament, everybody was talking about Brazil, Argentina. I had Argentina as one of my ones. I was like, yo, that's one of the people that are going to win the tournament. But then, now that we're in the middle of the tournament, everyone all of a sudden is saying that they got no help. You know, Messi's got no help. The team suck. He's having to do this. He's having to do that. But then, if you had mentioned before the tournament that you're not really rating Argentina or whatever, people say, you don't watch games. You don't watch Copa America, the finalisma or whatever it is, finalisma, some random trophy, the finalisma. You didn't watch this. You didn't watch all of this crap. And so people will say all of that to you. But then now, you know what I mean? But now there's no help. Every player is dead.
What does
Argentina
no help mean?
Argentina are not a good team. I feel like there's a lot of goalposts shifting here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe the reality is people are finally actually watching Argentina instead of saying that they were watching on the Copa America when they probably weren't. You know what I'm trying to say? But
Hold on. Didn't you have them as your winners?
I haven't changed my mind on that. I said Argentina must win this tournament. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it was probably a bad call to say Argentina win it because they're disappointing me. But it's not me saying that their team is rubbish. When people are saying their team's rubbish, this player's dead, this player's dead, get out of here. They've got a quality team. It's a change in the tune. All of a sudden, after 2 games, DePaul is now the worst player in the country, but
before it was the most underrated.
He's the most
He could do
underrated.
everything.
Yeah,
This is
what I mean. Like, for me, if Argentina don't win it, it's because they just didn't perform. It's got nothing to do with their players being rubbish. It's not got to do with rubbish players. So I don't like how people are just now trying to act like Argentina have a rubbish team and they're not good and they're not. No, they're just not performing on the pitch at the moment. That's all.
Because we'll go into other teams, and I don't know if we're ready to leave Messi now, but this sort of discussion of no help. What does no help mean? Like, what is?
So you've got mid players.
No, but why does this become a thing, especially at international level? You've got no help. You've got international teams. You've brought the best of the best about, and people are telling about no help. I think this is probably a perfect segue to Belgium with. I said it. He has to rise. He is the highest ranked in the Ballon d'Or because number 1 and number 2 are not here. He came out and said we're too old. He said we're old. We're too old to win. They lost.
Was he lying?
I'm sorry, you can't. I can't buy this whole we're too old. What does that mean?
Okay.
What does we're too old mean?
In regards to average age, do you feel that this Belgium team, in the sense of this golden generation, is almost the olden generation now? Let's be honest, they're over the hill. From the best part of what this German national team could have been was maybe last World Cup, last Euros, you could have said was probably their last hurrah, which is what I think he's kind of alluding to. But as you said, one thing I will agree, these first 2 games, he has looked a shell of himself. Like, even I think he got man of the match in the last one, and he
said, "I don't deserve it."
I don't deserve that. I don't know how I got it. I think if you look at it, for someone who's great statistically, even when he doesn't play well, bro, he looked so out of it yesterday and looked so average. I think he's looking around at this Belgium team, and I tweeted out, I said, I bet he wishes he was French, but he's looking at this team and thinking, bro, I'm so much better than a lot of you, man. But the thing is the same thing we say about Salah in the AFCON. You've got to look like you're better than all of these guys, and that's the problem. At this World Cup, you're saying we look old and we look past it. You do as well, bro. Like, don't let this be the tournament on the world stage where it looks like, hey, Kevin De Bruyne, 2 weeks ago we were having best Premier League, midfielder conversations, and now it's like on the world stage you're doing this in front of your friends.
Yeah. This is gonna sound so mad, but for those that are from the UK or whatnot, people that are not from the UK probably understand as well. Like secondary school, you're on the team and everything. You play whatever, then you go to club. You're playing with your little academy and everything. When you come back to the school team, what do? You show that you are
levels.
Well, you show levels. So I'm sorry, I'm not buying this we're too old thing, because when it's Manchester City time now, you're balling at levels. You're finishing third at the Ballon d'Or. So when it's national level, when you come in your country's flag and that, and you're with your people, you show up. You have to put your country on your back. This ain't you're representing your nation. This is bigger than this is real rap.
The reason why I'm a little
we're
less
too old. What do you mean you're too old?
I just think it's excuses, isn't it?
It is.
Look, at the end of the day, KDB for me has been mid for Belgium his whole career. He's never really been anyone that's outstanding for Belgium. When I used to look at Belgium, Hazard was better for me, and I also said Fellaini was better for me. I don't think he was one of the outstanding players. Of course, he's a top player, but for Belgium, I've always felt that he's never quite looked the same, and it doesn't look like he really enjoys playing for Belgium, in my opinion. And for him to come out and say that kind of just shows it. I don't care if you're right or whatever you think about it. End of the day, you're the best player on that team at the moment. As May said, you walking into this tournament as the best player of the tournament, because Benzema and Mane are not here, who finished first and second for the Ballon d'Or. So you're actually the best player of the tournament officially, and you're there. You're meant to be the inspiration for your team, and you're saying, oh, we're not winning it, by the way. Oh, we're too old. Do you know what I mean? When you say something like that, for me, you're throwing everyone under the bus. And you see Vertonghen today, he said, oh, well, maybe we can't attack well because we're too old. So all of a sudden now, there's friction. There's friction in the camp already. They're sending shots at each other in press conferences, basically. KDB can say we're too old, but you're in the prime of your career, mate. You're in the prime at the moment of your career where you're meant to be the one taking over and being that go-to guy. And I'm seeing people say, what's he meant to do? He's playing with a bunch of bums. He's not playing with a bunch of bums. They're not a bunch of bums, that Belgium team. But now, are they the best team in the tournament? No. But bunch of bums? Nah, that's waffle, man.
I mean, because the difficulty I find with that is, it's like you got Vertonghen and Alderweireld still starting. You got Witsel still starting. The two star men who are usually alongside him in this Belgium team are Lukaku, who's not fit, and then Hazard, who, let's be honest, has fallen off a cliff at the age of 30 and 31. And it's just widely accepted, because even now, we're not going to talk about Hazard.
Yeah, because we know there's so much context behind Hazard. And I feel KDB's walking into this, dominating the Premier League, top assister, running shit.
And with him, that's why I feel like it's a little bit more unforgivable as well. Because, as you said, throughout this entire Belgium golden generation, he actually hasn't grabbed it by the scruff of the neck. And this is what we said with Mbappe. What makes him that little bit different is when you go international, when you go to these tournaments, it gives you that moment to say, you know what, I'm not just doing it domestically or Europe, I'm doing it on a world stage. And it's different.
I'll go a step further, yeah. We were having this conversation in group chat where we were saying that.
But just quickly, actually, though, do you know Modric as well?
How old is Modric? How old was Modric when Croatia went to the final of the World Cup?
He dropped a crazy quote today.
Hold tight production for actually finding this and bring it to attention. But the quote says, As the World Cup progresses, Croatia will be better. We did not come here to participate. Our ambitions are bigger, but we have to take it step by step. I don't want to be misunderstood. To reach the second round is not our only objective, just the first one. Our objectives are greater. He said we are going to rise. So if Modric can say that at the age of 37, who's playing all the time, and his legs are probably tired,
Bro,
you telling me that their squad isn't old as well? You're telling me it's like the same average age?
Same average age.
Come on, man.
Modric was 32 at the last World Cup.
Come
and
on,
played the
man.
played the most minutes at the tournament.
Come on, man.
There we go. So
Come
that's
on,
the
man.
thing. Like, I just think, like there's excuses, and the thing is, like, you always got to hold the players that are seen as the best or whatever to the highest standard. My thing with KDB is, as we know, he's a top player. He does his thing. We still, to this day, talk about how Lampard and Gerrard didn't do good enough for their country. And I feel like when it comes to KDB, everyone tries to over it. I was listening to the commentators say, Yuri can come on to give KDB a break. I'm like, what the hell has he been doing on the pitch? He ain't been doing what break? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when it comes to KDB, I feel like there's such a hesitance to talk about him because people, for some reason, it's like they're scared to talk that he's on bad form or that he's not producing to a certain level. Mm-hmm. Salah, when you talk about superstars, Salah gets more stick for what he does with Egypt than KDB does with Belgium.
Should be maintained, yeah.
If you're a superstar, you get superstar scrutiny. If you're a superstar, you get superstar attention. KDB is the only superstar who, when he has a bad game or whatever, it's...
That's fine.
Oh, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Mo Salah, he breathes wrong. Fraud. Fraud. And you know I'm not even Salah's guy.
We said, my man in the middle.
Let's keep it chill.
My man in the middle. We need to start looking at that.
Listen,
Mr. Man in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
but literally, back to what you said before. You said that your greatness means that you're held to different standard, right? Mm-hmm. And I know we'll talk about the young gentleman that's killing at the moment in Mbappe soon. But I said in the group chat, I said, Mbappe to me, he comes across as he looks around and goes, you know what? I'm going to take the mantle. Oh, what? Them man are falling off the hill. This is their last World Cup. No worries. I did the last one. I'm going to do it again. So if Mbappe, we're talking about best players in the world, Mbappe is doing that. I'm sorry, Mr. KDB, you have to be in and around that as well. You have to do something. I don't care. They've got injuries. They might not be old, but they've got injuries. They've got a team that they've had to put together. I'm sorry. When it comes to the best get held to a different standard and you have to rise. We said it before the tournament. They've got one game left. Bro, they better not. The Red Devils
versus Croatia as well.
The Red Devils should not end up in hell.
Hey,
I swear to you. I'm saying it now.
Wait, hold on. I hope people don't think this is some Modric KDB showdown.
No.
Yo, Modric, we got man out of here when he won the Champions League last season. Go get your lick back. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to make it like it's Modric KDB? Modric is established in this thing, bro.
We're not saying that.
Improved, bro.
But this is
Modric to these levels.
KDB's last chance on the national stage to not go outside, in my opinion. At least go down with a valiant. Go down swinging, as they say. Please.
Listen,
you got Modric, Kova, and Brozovic. Listen, that ain't going to be easy. Tielemans, you know that head run?
I'm not going to lie. There's been something I've been meaning to say, yeah? I think you got it wrong. You picked the wrong team with the itches, bruv. You should have gone for Modric.
Nah.
Brozovic.
Nah. Look what happened.
All those other bitches you went with.
Look what happened. Nah, man. Look what happened.
Brozovic.
Hold on. Oh, so it's funny. What, people rate Croatia again, yeah?
What do you mean?
But when England beat them in Euros 2020, it was a washed-up rubbish Croatia, right?
Who said that?
Who said this? It's uncomfortable.
Wait. What's this new narrative? Where they coming from?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't put British press on
exactly.
us.
We're talking about
Don't do that.
We're talking about stoppage.
All I'm saying is Croatia are now being seen as a rated team. No, Belgium better get them out of here because remember, everyone said they were such a rubbish team when England beat them. It's so rubbish. Belgium, please do your job.
Production, what are you saying?
We got super chats. We got a lot of them.
Oh, super chat, super chat, super stoppage time. Let's go.
People are really getting involved with this one. Ash goes, KDB gave excuses for Man City not winning the Champions League. Weak guy.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So there's a trend here.
What? What did he say? What was the
He
super
said
chat
he gave excuses for not winning the Champions League as well.
Bro, KDB throws his team under the bus. He's done this regularly.
Hey, Champions League now, he got knocked out cold. Come on, right before the first half. Like, come on.
I don't think he's talking about last season. I mean, talking about last season, not the Rudiger.
J. Ashley Martin with Super Chat says, Belgium stink, bro. Martinez has really done a poor job, TBH.
This is where I want to come to.
Let me just finish the last one. KDB ghosting like moneyless Mount. Bring him to court now.
Please, no, but please, we cannot let Roberto Martinez escape. The next set of
Where's
court
Thierry?
cases.
He's there.
We are bringing him.
Thierry's there.
Is he shouting on the touchline like he was at MLS Impact?
Can you do one touch?
What are you doing?
Hey,
Mason,
Can you do one touch?
Mason,
Can you do one touch?
this
Run
ain't,
off first time.
this ain't CBS with Micah and Jamie.
You have to coach.
Thierry, coach.
Thierry, you must coach. You must.
Bro, Thierry,
Hey.
coach.
Please. But Roberto Martinez, yeah, he took over this supposed golden generation and has done nothing with it. Like, I'm sorry, tactically, even the way they look. Going forward, for someone who's classified as like an attacking manager, who's linked to
said that?
Barcelona once. Brother,
Who classified him as that?
when he was at Everton, they were saying, hey, man, he likes playing free-flowing attacking football. He likes signing
I-
youngsters and
can I
playing
bring
good
up a point,
football.
yeah?
And, brother, since Belgium have been at any of the last 3 international tournaments they've been in, they've been snooze fest. And I'm sorry, you've got the players there. There's no excuses.
But what happens-
And no, whoa. Before you interrupt, you always give a famous quote of saying your players are a reflection of your
Yeah,
manager.
not internationally.
Oh,
Not
now
internationally.
it changes.
what do you mean by that?
Internationally is different.
What do you mean by
Internationally,
that?
you're with your manager only for a couple weeks. You know what I'm trying to say? It's hard. Club level is
Those
different.
Italian players look like Mancini last year.
Who? No, they
Yeah,
didn't. No, they didn't.
those
No, they
those
didn't.
German
This side has
players,
made that up.
those German
No, they
players
didn't. No,
will
they
look
didn't.
like Jurgi Low in 2014.
No. What's
Yeah?
Jurgi Low's- you don't know Jurgi
Luis
Low's-
Aragonés, them Spanish players reflected him. Yeah,
Only one that is
Del
he's correct
Bosque,
is
they
Enrique.
reflected
Wait,
him. Yeah?
production.
No.
go
I
on.
was gonna say I agree with Cam. With you don't have enough time. The only one that you see that with his team and his players is Enrique. That's the only one I'll give it to him.
Do you know why I don't have that time nonsense? It's been the same crop for like 6 or 7 years.
It's a
I'm
golden
not hearing
generation.
this, oh, there's been no continuity. Every group, every tournament, every call-ups, it's the same 20. And then maybe he might sprinkle a new 3 or 4.
Doku
Yeah.
hype.
We ain't seen none of that.
But
Coach, please.
Okay, but in and amongst that, have the players done good enough?
Oh, now you
Have
see,
the players done good
We've
enough?
changed roles here.
No,
We've
no,
changed
no,
roles
hold
here.
on.
I like this because normally I'm the one calling out the players, and now he doesn't want to look at the manager. And I'm saying we cannot look over because I'm sorry, Martinez is a fraud. We don't want to say it, but he's a fraud.
he is.
He
Do you
does
know what I was
not
gonna
belong
say?
in that
How
Belgium
rated
job.
is he? He's not that rated high to
No,
call him
well,
a fraud.
He
Well,
was
wait,
seen as
wait,
one
wait.
of the. They were doing coaches' voices with
Let
him,
me-
picking his mind.
Hey,
and
tag me in.
Hey.
This is a team, yeah. They're saying that that's the second best ranked team going into this. This is a team that's golden generation.
Kai.
This is a manager, yeah. You know how people get into Southgate for getting sacked by Middlesbrough, yeah. What did Martinez really do?
With what?
What did he really do?
With who?
Before he got this job, what did he really do?
Well, he's won the FA Cup with Wigan.
Oh, God.
He won the
Over
FA
a
Cup with
decade
Wigan.
ago. They went from mid-table to relegation scrap
won the
under
FA
him as well.
He won the
So
FA
the
Cup
FA
with Wigan.
Cup got him a job with a golden generation.
Hold on, listen. This is
10 years ago, bro.
Hold on. This is my thing,
I
though.
cannot believe I'm about to see
Listen.
Martinez defense league.
Let me say, yeah,
Nasty.
This is the thing. International level, yeah, you don't always have the best
he even from
managers.
Belgium?
No, he's not. But
Spanish.
you don't always have the best managers managing at international level. You don't. Gareth Southgate's a manager. Fernando Santos a manager. People still open their mouth to criticize Deschamps, even though he's successful. He gets criticized. Roberto Martinez, all these managers are not always the greatest managers. You don't have the pool of Klopp. Like, you don't have the Klopps and the Peps and all these guys managing at international level. Martinez is at a suitable level to manage Belgium. For me, his better players should be rising and showing what they are about. KDB's, for example. Moussa Dembele, your boy when he was there, for example. The only ones that
Misused!
Hold on.
You see,
Look
they
at
don't
this,
watch
see what I'm
Belgium.
saying?
They don't watch Belgium because he wasn't used.
Let me see. Listen, Fellaini, he was rising. You
sick
see
of
Fellaini,
this.
he was rising. But
This
you
guy's
see,
nasty.
but you see KDBs and that. They're not rising when it really matters. So for me, you can't only blame Roberto Martinez. Like, hold on. Let's look at the selection. When you look at Gareth Southgate, for example, people have issues with his selections and stuff.
We'll go into that
Not
next.
many people have much issues with the position KDB's playing, where Lukaku's playing,
People
where
have
these
an
guys
issue with
are
that
playing.
age in defence.
They're all playing in their correct roles in a decent system. I just think they don't turn up as individuals, in my opinion.
So does that mean
you've
that
got
the
the
manager-
best players in the world?
Does that mean that the
You've got
manager's
best
not
players in
getting
the
something
world.
out of them then?
Hold on. Where did they get in the World Cup? Where did they finish?
Semi-finals, third
They got
place.
into the semi-finals. Do you know why they got to the semi-finals? Because he could
Hazard.
rely on his best player to turn up. Do you know where he's going to get with his best player being Kevin De Bruyne? You will see.
No, don't do that. You see,
No, no.
because I love this.
You will
All he
see.
did
You will
was
see.
this.
You will see.
Everything Martinez.
Man said-
Forget
man said,
Martinez.
I will be
You
there.
will see. Yeah,
I will be there.
I'll be there.
I will
No
be there.
matter. I'll be there no matter what. I'll be there no matter what. Let me tell you that. I will be there.
No matter-
no matter what.
Yo, KDB agenda is in full
I will
swing.
be there.
We will spin the block on you. I promise you. Watch. Because this is Martinez
Hey, yo,
ain't getting
and we
away
got
with
some
the
more.
food.
We got a lot,
Yeah,
honestly.
let's go through it.
Yeah,
Go
Chi-
through it.
Look,
Chiefs-
it is because of it's international. We'll spend some time in each one, but let's go through. Send your super chats in. We've got time today. Go on, let's next
got a
one.
lot. Chiefs to Gamer goes, Pogzard stuck up the pitch today. Get him off, man.
Wait, who?
Pogzard, that's what they're calling it.
Oh, wow. Listen.
Hey, listen,
Can't even
man.
lie.
Listen,
Living
man.
in
I can't lie. Yeah, all I can say is that before a ball was even kicked, he said the level of 2018. I can't reach it. Why are you playing him? Just play Trossard,
bro,
man.
this-
Just play Trossard.
man,
Again, Martinez. Again, why are you playing someone that's
Listen,
he's finished?
Who? Eden Hazard.
Yeah, he came out and said it's finished.
Pogzard.
It's funny how it's just been accepted and never discussed, but we move, man.
No, that's a court
there
case.
as like a Make-A-Wish
That's
Foundation
that's
kid now,
actually a court case.
You know, just for
No,
charity
he's
minutes.
actually a court case.
Huh?
The next session, that's court.
Court.
That's
No,
court.
He's.
how can we-
I
No,
had
but
that
he's not
man
been
serving
sentenced.
life on those locos. Listen, I've been calling.
How can
First
Hazard be
year at
taken to
Madrid,
court?
I said, watch this
Injuries.
monumental collapse because guys think they're ready for the big seat, and then they get the big seat and they realize they're not ready. Cool, but let's pick on.
Let's go. Let's
We
go.
have
Let's
a
go.
defense league for
Phil-
the best player, to the one of the
Philip
best players in
said,
the
"I
world.
will be there."
But for injured
I will be
players,
there.
Injured. Guys turn up 100 kilos overweight to their announcement and it's injuries. Yeah, cool, man.
Go on, super chats. Super
Commit.
chats.
Olu goes, Belgium is nothing but names on paper. Michael Tuoi goes, to be fair, Fouad, Messi's 35 and Mbappe's 23. Messi, too old to grab games now. Also, Belgium, the golden generation, has always been cap. All that glitters is not gold. Young H goes, are you guys forgetting about Mbappe in the Euros? Adrian goes, sorry, I'm just going through these rapid fire.
No, that's cool, man.
Musiala, Enzo, Rise. Bring Enzo and Rice to the bridge. Bowley, you know what to do. Musiala is more explosive plus better dribbler than Foden at 19. Watching a year.
Chelsea fans are shopping at the
And
World Cup.
Ash-
you know, that's hilarious.
Listen,
Bowley's
let me
boys.
speak on this one quickly. Yeah, listen, yeah. You guys just have patience because you'll make Bowley sees these tweets and he'll go and buy some he'll just go spend them on some yeah. What's there not to like?
Any others?
Two more. Ash goes, KDB must rise and win the Champions League this year. He must. And finally, Belgium had Lukaku stat padding against San Marino. That's how they got second place in the rankings.
they look like they
Lukaku,
need Lukaku right now.
Lukaku's he come off garbage minutes. He's
Bro,
unfit.
he was
he's injured.
Unfit, mind you.
No, he was trying to
injured.
coach. He was trying to coach KD.
This whole
Yeah,
year
yeah,
he's been
yeah,
unfit
yeah.
though, even at Inter Milan, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's why they wanted to ship him back.
Hey,
but that's
man,
a
Belgium is
conversation over
sticky.
there,
It's sticky.
Listen, man. You mentioned we're talking about managers and selections. One thing that's been contentious, especially on RLs, especially because they played USA, is Southgate and his team selections. Now, I'm going to toss this one, Pauls, to you because you are the representative of Grealish and Foden. What do you reckon that the issue is with the selections, and who would you select? Like, what is going wrong with England? Does Gareth Southgate deserve criticism for his selections? Let's start there.
Southgate does deserve criticism.
Tell
for
us
me,
why.
100%. Like, look, I like Mason Mount at Chelsea, but he's never been good for England, in my opinion. Like in the 35 caps he's had or whatever, can't name you how many good ones they've been. But at the tournaments, especially, they haven't been good. For me, he was probably England's worst player at Euro 2020, and also he's now started this tournament poorly again. And the reason I'm actually starting to feel sorry for him because sub him, don't start him. Gareth Southgate is just leaving him out there. They're not bringing on Fodens and stuff, who he knows is gonna cause a lot of thingy, and the hate is gonna go towards Mason Mount. Just doesn't have to start him, or he just can just withdraw him at certain moments. I just think Gareth Southgate has some certain thing with Mason Mount where I think Mason Mount is seen as like the glue guy or whatever. But you look at England, right, and this is why. No matter what people will say at the same time and be like, oh, you just love these type of players. And before the tournament, in the last tournament, Euro 2020, and I said I didn't think Sterling should have started, but he went and had a good tournament, great tournament, and it made it look like, oh, what I'm saying is rubbish, I'm dumb or whatever. But it's games like USA that you see why England need players that can retain the ball better. And that's why England don't produce Pedris. England don't produce. The only ones we've ever had is Scholes. We don't produce all these type of guys. But what England do produce is guys that can potentially get on the ball, dribble, and can hold the ball. Are they going to be doing pop, 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 pop as much as Pedri in that? Probably not. But that's why I call for Grealish's and I call for Foden's, because they can hold the ball for a How are USA dominating the football against England? Retention. When I say retention, it's important because Rice and Bellingham are not renowned for retention players. They got the legs, they can get around you, they can beat you by power, they can tackle. They're good players, but they're not renowned for getting on the ball, passing it around, and keeping possession. So when you have those two, whether it was him and Phillips or Henderson, who he brought on, they're basically conceding possession. So that's why you need at least two guys on the pitch who specialize in keeping the ball, turning defenses, and trying to dribble. And when you have Sterling and Mount, and I rate Sterling and I rate Mount, but sometimes I just think it's all about, you got to think about your team. And yeah, we can't keep talking about Euro 2020. That's gone. It's a whole new tournament. We're here now.
And do you know the other thing it does as well is when you don't have those natural kind of creators or technical players, it forces Kane to do what he does at Spurs, where he's dropping 20, 30 yards deeper. Now you don't have the focal point up front. They are also not the runners like Son, where they are in behind, spin the ball in. So therefore, even when Kane gets the ball, it's useless because those guys want to come short or they want to go wide. They're not that type of, as we said, Raheem Sterling is a receiver at the back post almost type of. He doesn't want to run in behind type of thing. Yeah, so for me, I feel like even the way he uses Kane for me is wrong. I feel like he should be telling Kane, similar like Fergie did to Rooney, stay in that box. That's where I need you. Like that's where you're going to be the most dangerous. And the issue is as well is Kane is the captain. So Kane is almost letting his nuts hang in this team where he's like, there's no one really more senior than me. Southgate has kind of given me all the, I can drop 20, 30 yards. But then if you've got someone like a Foden in that 10 position and he knows he's going to get service in that box, he's more likely to stay in there.
I hear that, but I do think though with Kane, as much as Kane won the Golden Boot, which in 2018, which you look at the goals they were made, hitting off his ankle, penalties against Panama, whatever. Yeah,
you gotta get how you get it, man.
He got the Golden Boot, whatever. Euro 2020, he got carried all the way to the Germany game, right? He literally got carried all the way to the Germany game. Harry Kane, he's gonna break the England goal scoring record or whatever, but he does not perform well for England. I've said this for years. He does not perform well for England. And I agree with you that he's trying to make him come deep to play this kind of role where Sterling and these are running like their Saka and Sterling are running like Son and whoever. But that's the thing about Gareth Southgate, though, because you look at his decision. He didn't bring on Foden because Foden doesn't play midfield for his club. Is that what he said? He plays wide foot. He's competing with Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Rodri, KDB, all these type of names. Phil Foden came through as a midfielder. International football and club football is so different. So for someone like Gareth Southgate, for me to say something like that, it confuses me. Like looking at Harry Kane and thinking he should come in this deep role for England confuses me. No, you stay up there and you try and score us goals and you be a problem. It's the same thing with Jude Bellingham. Now people are turning around after that game and saying, Bellingham's overrated, you know? Bellingham's overrated. But no, for me, if Bellingham goes to any team in the Premier League, he's going to be a top centre midfielder because the Premier League is based on pace, transition, quickness, power, all of that. That's what the Premier League, athleticism. International football, the game slows down. You start seeing who's your real technical players in the team. You got to keep the ball. And Bellingham, he's not that, but he's still a good player. So when people say he's overrated, no. International football, maybe he's not adapted to that yet. But when I see Kane trying to do all of this type of stuff, I think there's a weird connection going with Kane for England and Southgate's decisions and how he uses it, man.
This is what I would say, because I remember before the tournament even came and the whole James Maddison thing, and I was saying that ultimately, my whole belief is that Gareth Southgate doesn't know how to utilise a creative player. The sort of player profile he goes for.
Grealish, Maddison, Foden.
He doesn't understand how to untap it because he's very formulaic in terms of A, B, C. Those players, there's a lot of fluidity to their game. And you see it. When he was, I don't want to go back to the Euros, but the whole, Grealish for the last 20 minutes. Grealish comes on, you can pick up pockets, and as I've been calling it, cold red ballers. Managers see them and go, oh shit, Grealish on the pitch. All the defence has to go there. Southgate doesn't know how to utilise those players, so it makes him harder for him to try and start a Foden. That's why he was starting Mason Mount. Mason Mount, You go in there, you run.
The thing
he
is,
understands that.
It's always been an English thing, right?
Yeah.
It's always been an English thing because it's funny because English football, Premier League, is probably the furthest league away in terms of how the style is played to international football.
100%.
Serie A is played more like the international stage. Spanish league is played more like international stage. Every single time managers of England try and bring that Premier League stuff to international, and you get found out. It's not going to work. So Southgate, in his mind, listen, England can still go and do something in this tournament. Who knows? You're just going to have to hope that PMB and that way of playing wins you games. But England, Southgate is basically trying to say, let's have a good back four, be rigid, and we'll get them on the break.
Yeah.
That's basically how we want to set up. And
That's what's got him to where
it gets him
is.
where it wants.
Exactly.
But,
You see where it is.
but
Exactly.
it hasn't got you to success, bro. It got you to when
It
you
can only get you so far.
where did it get us? In semi-finals, it got you to when you met Modric, and he said, "I'm gonna school you out of this tournament."
And then Henderson
See you
started
later."
doing long balls to no one.
Italy, what did it get you? It got you to Verratti and Jorginho, and they said, "I'm gonna school you out of this." So it can get you to a certain level, but when you meet them bosses, they're bouncing you out, bro. So England, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. You're just gonna have to hope. You saw Germany. Sorry, you saw Spain today. Sane came on, caused all types of trouble to a team like Spain. You just have to hope a Sterling,
enough.
a Saka, just turn up against a team like that in the
Because
final.
after the first game, obviously it was Iran, a little bit of pinch of salt, but it seemed like, England were really one of the serious front runners. And then now I feel like it's almost been an overreaction the other
It
way.
will happen.
Where
The
it's
thing is,
like,
that's
I feel
England.
like
That's
every
England.
game is happening
That's
where it's
England.
like,
That's
and
England.
this is the
But
World Cup as well.
The issue with that first game was, again...
So what is England's true level? Are we now seeing them as still serious? Are we looking at them like
we've said
they've taken a hit?
here semi-final, and ultimately it's almost
I'm
a
still sticking
beautiful.
to that.
It's still it's a beautiful encapsulation of where they are, like because ultimately you can get out of the groups, you can get past the round of 16, and then you're gonna play a team where it comes down to what we talk about: technical security, game management, substitutions, ability on the ball, and then it's like, okay, how do you manage that? That is where England have fallen short. We've seen it in the
Rashford
semi-final.
coming on in that first game, good
But
substitution.
what I was gonna say is that
Trippier at left back.
that first game-
Southgate's shown these things, you know.
That first game,
listen.
this guy's so dumb.
Don't rule Gareth out.
The Iran game, that was textbook of doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
They handled Iran, but that was Iran not doing what they needed to do. That's not how Iran play. And we've seen how Iran can play.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think
So
that's
you
the
think when it
benefit
comes
of
up against a better standard, they will always get found out at the end of the day?
Well, it's like what it's with Southgate. It's like what we've seen. What else can you do? Can you play a Foden in the middle? Can you play a Grealish in the middle? Can you can you enable your team to find another level?
So back to you
by
then.
unleashing?
Should a manager be experimenting in the tournament?
Is it why?
Because
Is
if he
it,
why is it
does, if he
experimenting?
does that now, goes 4-3-3,
why is it
goes
experimenting?
Foden, Grealish, but then if it does blow up and that's the game that gets him knocked out, people are going to say, hey, the rigidness got you to the semis, we got you to the final, and now you went all freestyle attack.
why
and
is
it
someone-
fell
why is
out.
it experiment?
And people will say, oh, you
So,
didn't
so,
practice
go
the
on
system,
production.
you didn't go with this system.
Go in production.
Everyone agrees with you. This guy here, Super Chat, he says Southgate should have been playing Foden and Grealish in qualification games, and now he's too scared to experiment when the stakes are high. England couldn't get Saka, Bellingham, Sterling, or Kane on the ball whatsoever.
There you go. I
but
don't
no-
think any manager mid-tournament is going to do that.
No, but then
that
that's the
comes
issue.
down to
We're
him.
going, but we're going. That means we're talking about him because
Yeah.
why should it be a situation where you're having to experiment at this level? Really and truly, it shouldn't be seen as an experiment. It should be seen as I've got different ways of playing. I've got it. As a manager, you're gonna have to live and die by your decisions. At the end of the day, if you're a brave manager, do you think? Look, we've seen it happen, and it's gone wrong, and sometimes it's gone well, and we debate it forever with Pep Guardiola. Right? One day he just decides no strikers. Next day he decides, you know, you're not playing.
good
Cancelo,
role.
you're
Mistakes.
off.
I'm so
Whoever
sorry.
he does whatever he wants. One day we'll criticize them when you get it wrong in the final. Gundogan playing DM. But sometimes we'll go and be like, all right, you did well. You got to live and die by this. You got to be brave,
To
bro.
chime in quickly, Enrique, prime example. I'm starting this tournament with no Morata. I'm gonna do this and that. Okay, Germany game not working. Put something forward on, scores. Like, you can do stuff. You can make changes.
But then now, is he going to start Morata moving forward?
Well, at least he knows that he can do
He's got
things.
the option there, yeah.
Southgate behaves like he doesn't have the option.
Okay, so we're
When
saying
Grealish was playing in
Southgate
Euros,
don't
it
have
was like,
cojones.
I'm doing that for the nation. It didn't even seem like he was doing it because
I'm
he needed
telling
to
you,
do.
the thing about Southgate, right, is that obviously we know he has a certain way of, a style of way, a certain player that he types kind of likes.
There's
so
a
we
mold,
say.
yeah.
He knows what he likes. As I said, he likes mounting the glue thing. And the
Brexit
thing is,
players.
it's not even about England have got to go away from the idea for me of not being comfortable without the ball. You know what I mean? Like it's knockout football. Like club football, when Jose used to say, "Hey, sometimes we're dominating the game without the ball."
Yeah.
Mate, that's club football. You got 38 games. You win. You know, it doesn't. You draw. You can walk away with a draw. It doesn't matter. International football, bro. You got 90 minutes. Okay, sometimes 120 minutes on penalties. If you spend most of the game without the ball, the chances are you're going out, bro. You're gonna end up losing, bro. It's the reality. And I saw somebody in the comments say, "Well, England lost on penalties to Italy," but you look at the game. England scored in Wembley in the first 10 minutes. I think it was even first 7 minutes or something.
Quick.
And then literally said, "Italy,
Here you go.
have it for the rest of the 83." Oh, actually, do you know what? Even have it for the rest of extra time
as well.
too. When you have that, bro, that coward kind of mentality, more time you're gonna end up losing games, bro.
Nice.
So let's see. I'm not even panicking. I expect us to get Wales out of here. You know what I mean? Wales, home nation hype. Yo.
Bale ain't got one last time.
I said,
Hey,
I got one more in
one
me.
more in the chamber,
I
you know.
packed that thing too.
Nah.
I packed that thing too.
Nah.
Oh my gosh.
I got something for cans, you know.
Home nation.
GPs.
Nah.
Hey,
Home nation, we're getting
imagine
him
if he
out.
did that.
Hey.
Imagine if he did that.
Who? If Bell did it?
Imagine if he did that.
Is there a possibility England couldn't qualify?
Well, if you lose to Wales,
Lose to Wales and Iran, because USA lost the first game, didn't they? Or drew both games.
Drew.
Nah, can't happen.
Yeah.
no, England. I mean,
England lose to Wales, can they go out?
Yeah.
So then Wales would be on 4 points. England are on 4 points.
Goal
Iran, if they beat USA, would be on 6 points. So
I can't lie.
Goal
they'll
difference.
go the same.
Iran-
England's got the goal difference though because
Yeah.
of the.
That should be on a
6-2.
head-to-head to me. I don't know.
Look at
about
this guy
that
trying to
goal
change
difference
tournament
stuff, you
rules.
know. Because if I'm beating you head-to-head, I should go through.
National.
I can't
listen,
lie. All I'm gonna say is
man, that's a little fugazi.
very separate topic.
Coefficients
But
high.
USA versus Iran, yeah, is just that's a sick game. Like,
USA
that's
versus
as a
Iran.
fixture. That's just hilarious. USA Iran. That is a hilarious fixture.
Timeline's gonna be
Bro, that's
crazy.
a,
That's all I know.
bro,
It's
that's
getting
a hilarious
getting-
fixture.
it's getting
Like,
a little-
let's
I don't
move.
wanna
Man's
be
getting 20% off.
I won't
Let's
be
move.
tweeting throughout that game.
I will be
I
there.
was just observing.
You know, FTBL's got an American demographic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? You got
know what
North
I'm
American
saying.
CONCACAF hype. You got you know what I'm saying?
We got a few super chats just for this topic as well.
go
You guys
on.
are going crazy with this shit, by the way. The major problem was the midfield three getting dominated by the USA. Juden Rice hype. Also, name one iconic clutch Harry Kane moment. I'll wait.
Oh, I've had this discussion with Fuad before. Harry Kane doesn't have an iconic moment. I mean, I've said this before. You started talking about
Mask
when,
off.
when he took the
North
mask.
London
when he
derby.
took the
Hey,
mask off in the
listen.
North London.
Sorry,
Coming back from
future.
injury,
Sorry,
yo.
future.
Van der Vaart has like 10 of them. You know what I mean? I ain't hearing that. When he took off the mask as if he's Kane or something.
Hey, yo.
No, you don't remember that. When he took
That's
off
the
the
real
mask.
Kane.
Ain't Kane in 2003.
man.
We're talking about the big red machine. That's the only mask. That's the only mask
we
Kane
care
I care about. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's the
don't
only
kill
one.
Is that the only one? You,
I ain't even got
is
no
that the
for
only
that.
one you name?
Nah, to be fair, I've always said, for me, Kane plays for Tottenham. He's very rarely going to be... he's very rarely going to be in big moments, bruv. He's very rarely... And the thing is, even when we've had those moments, I've said he hasn't turned up. Whether we've had the semi-finals against United, the finals against Chelsea in the FA Cup, Carabao, even in the Champions League, people will use
Lucas
that as
Moura.
the beating stick, yeah? But for me, I felt like he was unfit there. That Champions League, I always think is harshly judged, but there have definitely been finals and semi-finals, even for England. Last tournament in the Euros, you said he didn't turn up till the last Germany game, something like that. And even when he did, he just
touched
scored,
the goal.
but
he's
it
just a
wasn't
goal
really
scorer.
contributing. So for me, I've always said
just
it
a
is
goal
going to
scorer.
be one of those things where when you lay down the body of work,
just a
people
goal
are going to
scorer.
look at.
You know what, Kane? Yeah, obviously Spurs are not in a lot of moments where you're gonna need that iconic clutch moment. It's hard, but I do think sometimes Spurs have gotten to certain levels, maybe some semi-finals or something, where if it was a Drogba, a Aguero, or
different thing,
someone, people that we put in the lists with Kane. Listen, Henry scores in big games though.
Bro,
he didn't score in
semi-finals,
finals.
quarterfinals,
He
he's
didn't score
turned
in
up.
finals, but he scored in big games though. You know what
That
I mean?
was
He
cheeky
got
what you
Arsenal.
did.
Yeah.
He said, help me. He said,
keep that
he said,
bang
he said, he said it. The thing is, you're obliged as well. Fruit said, help me. And Cam said, yeah.
You can have a little something.
Yeah, I said,
He didn't score in
I said,
finals.
here's two more for y'all.
But he scores in big games. But yeah,
Henry.
Kane, I don't know. It's-
But listen,
listen, come to United and we'll look after you.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm saying, come over here. We'll put you in some big game moments. Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm worried about this new contract talk. I'm worried about this season. I'm worried about Conte.
Produ-
Talk soon is all I say. Talk
Production.
soon.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna
Production.
talk.
But one thing quickly I want to say as well. I think we've talked a lot on like some of the players that haven't formed. Harry Maguire, I think deserves an honourable mention for sure.
It's England,
I don't know.
isn't it?
I think Harry Maguire, bruv, one of the biggest performances there. And I think we've always said, listen, international player, that's what he is essentially. And this is kind of the reason why Southgate picked him. But I just thought I should mention it.
No one.
I know people don't want to give him his flowers,
Bro,
but he was a monster.
No one will see me say Maguire shouldn't play for England, bro. I always say he should play for England. Always, regardless of his form, play for England. When I was hearing Tomori hype, I was like, less of that.
Man.
No,
Hey,
I don't care.
Serie A champion.
Let Tomori hype. When I was hearing all of that, I was like, look, it's like people don't watch. It's the same way people are saying, Otamendi, bro, he's balling. Otamendi looked good yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He looked nice. It's the same thing.
Look nice.
Come on, man. Lisandro on Argentina win. Proofs in the pudding. You know what I mean? Lisandro
Him and
starts
Romero?
Argentina win. We don't have to talk about
Get
that.
up here, man. This is what's Romero hype. Cootie hype.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I've seen Lisandro win, but at what cost? Damn it. My boy's eating the mud, man.
Yeah, let's get them super chats in.
Pedri or Musiala, who stood out more? Who are you guys taking?
That's a good question. In terms of, is that based? Who said that actually? Who said in? Let's give him a shout.
Quab OBG.
I said Quavo.
I got Pedri. I think Musiala, because he plays a little bit further forward.
No, in terms of this game,
In this
from what
game,
we saw, not in
I would
general.
have
Yeah.
even said that. Yeah, I think Musiala personally, I thought he was picking up nice moments, but I was thinking till Fulkrog obviously stole it off him at the end. I don't know. I would have gave it to Pedri. I felt like Pedri was running the game a little bit
I
more.
feel like, you know, the example we gave about not relating them in any way, but we were saying KDB has to go against Kovacic, Modric. I feel like in this game, Musiala going up against, you know, Busquets, Pedri. It was one of those things where it's a tough one.
Litmus test.
Yeah, it's a good litmus test for him. Obviously, like he didn't perform badly, but there's moments because of how he plays. 1 minute he's going to try and drive with it. Next minute he's going to try to do this. You've got Muller who's got no legs. You've got Serge Gnabry who I wanted to have a big tournament that's doing duddery.
Yeah.
Like it was a difficult game for him. It was a difficult game for him.
Serge, hi.
I think
Pedri.
Pedri. I think Pedri is the best young midfielder in the world. When you talk about Bellingham, Musiala, and that Camavinga and all these names,
Pedri's a
I
different
think
level to them, man.
Pedri he's levels, man. I think he's top. So I'll go Pedri. I think Musiala maybe was better today, but
You reckon?
I think Musiala was decent today. I think he picked up. He
Timeline will say
concerned
that,
them.
but-
He concerned them. I think so anyway. But Pedri overall, he's one of them ones. He's 19, 20, and I feel like we're ready. Like they don't even need to talk about him. When
Bro,
you get to that
yeah.
level, you don't need to. You remember when Mbappe was doing things like, come on, man.
Got
We don't
this
even-
golden boy.
Let's talk about
We know
João
he's a
Felix
star.
and all them
Yeah.
man there.
Yeah,
Like, let's not talk about
It's
Pedri. That's how it was, and that's when you've reached a certain level. That's how it is, and I think Pedri. Just the way he plays the game, his IQ, the 1-touch, 2-touch dribbles, he ball carries as well. He's got the energy. He's energetic as well. He can get around you.
Yeah,
Top player, man.
different
eight.
class, man. Any more in there?
Yeah, one last one. Michael says, worst about Southgate not playing Foden is he said, we didn't play him midfield because he doesn't play there at club, but he's fine with playing Trippier at left back or Rashford at right wing.
Different strokes for different folks, man.
Uncomfortable, boy.
Different strokes for
And
different
Mason
folks.
Mount rejecting £200,000 contracts.
Listen, where's the?
That is really uncomfortable conversation there.
I have to say bye bye, yo. Bye bye.
Chelsea have to keep Mason Mount. You have
That's
to
a
keep
club
him.
symbol, man.
Listen,
Chelsea have to keep Mason Mount. They have to
he
keep
can't.
Mason
He can't
Mount.
get 300k.
You cannot let Mason Mount leave for free.
He can't get 300k.
Impossible. That's
I don't
impossible.
know what it comes down to.
Make some hypothetical here. Sidebar. Mason Mount leaves. Where the hell does he go?
Liverpool.
He's linked to Liverpool,
He
bro.
goes straight to Liverpool.
Don't let Klopp get his
He
hands
goes
on Mason.
straight to Liverpool.
Don't let Klopp get his hands
no,
on
straight
Mason.
to
Hey, yo, I didn't even think
He
of that
goes-
one.
He goes straight. I was telling him, he goes straight to Liverpool. He starts
That's
cooking.
a Klopp midfielder there.
Exactly.
Don't
Got
let
that grit.
Yeah.
Energy go.
Rock and roll. Straight.
Don't let
press.
don't let Klopp get his hands on him, man. That's all I'm
see it.
saying.
With
But
a little,
you can't
Mason
let-
Mount with a little bit of asthma pump.
You can't let a player that's
See what I
that's
did there?
come from Cobham. You can't let a player that's come from Cobham, that's been your best player in the past 2 seasons collectively. One, you've been part of this whole academy that's gone to win
It's
the
a tough
Champions
one.
League and
A
leave for
decision's
free.
gonna be a decision's gonna
You
have to
guys
be made.
better
I
pay
think he'll
Bowley.
settle.
Pay, mate.
He'll settle. He'll settle for something. But I
Get
think
rid of Koulibaly and give him what he's earning, bruv.
Hey,
Hey, listen. Let's
Cooley's having a good time.
When's your episode coming out?
Tuesday.
Episode's coming out Tuesday. So
No, I don't know. When's it coming out? Tuesday.
So the Mbappe segment will be there, but let's quickly touch on brilliance and excellence because real bosses do what real bosses do.
That boy is a Martian.
Listen, don't call him the boy. That's the man. That's not the boy. That's the man.
Nah. Till he grows a beard, he's a boy.
That's a grown man. That guy is a grown man. That's the definition of I'm outside. I'm outside. There's nothing much I can say, man. Seeing Usman cooking as well was great.
That was
Got to give credit to Antoine as well, to Griezmann,
Yep.
because ultimately a lot can be said about his club career, but when it comes to France, again, we're talking about national team. They rise. So, boy, but Mbappe's insane, man.
France were written off before the tournament.
Boy.
France were written off. In our episode, the only reason I put France not in the semi-final because England have to play them. I have to go with one of them, and I'm saying England are going to get the semis if everything goes according to plan. But France were completely getting overhated in the build up to this tournament, man. They were getting overhated.
guilty.
And then look, and you like listen. I'm not saying that they're amazing and they've blown our minds or anything like that. However, they are a good team and they have got a player who's on a tear path at the moment. He's ready to knock down any wall in front of him. You know what I'm saying? And as you mentioned, Griezmann is dropping into he's even dropping into number 6 position. He's jumping into number 8, playing a kind of reserve role. Let Dembele and thingy do their thing. So France have got a good balance that people are still forgetting. They've got experience. Upamecano's having a great tournament, bro. On the ball and off the ball. He's playing. He's playing well. Varane has now just come and slotted in. Varane has just come and slotted in. They've got a good balance in their team, man. Rabiot's doing the box-to-box thing. Tchouameni's saying, hey, listen, Rabiot's playing well.
He's turned up.
The first game, we got a young goal and
Rabiot,
assist.
every game, all I'm seeing is Rabiot hate tweets. And then he scores or assists, and I'm like, we can't beat this guy, man.
I can't.
We got, but I would say definitely Mbappe, of course, deserves his love for grabbing the game. But that supporting cast, I think, deserves a lot of love as well. I think Griezmann, someone who's been written off for a long time. People were saying like, "Yo, is he finished?" And I think the thing coming into this tournament is with them being written off, some of them are playing with a chip on their shoulders. A lot of these are world champions, and they're talking about, man, disrespectfully.
When I said
Your boy Dembouzzi, I'll give him his juice, bruv. I said last week, listen, this is what we ask our top players. Big stage, can you step up? That second game, brother. Some of them crossfield passes. I said, ooh.
Them booze, man. Never sleep on talent, fam. Never
and that's the thing.
talent.
I can't remember who tweeted it, but they said if he added goals to his game,
that was production.
he could be a different level. And I think that's the only thing he's missing because taking a man on right, left, he's got the raw ability there. But we've always said availability, consistency, and an end product. Do you have those? And now he's starting to show a little bit, but that supporting cast I thought was incredible as well. It weren't. I feel like Mbappe was getting all the love, but the rest of the team.
No, 100%.
Was
Even again, like
Deschamps.
we talk about,
most hated for no reason.
We talk
Deschamps.
about like Harry Kane's role in the team and think Giroud's role. He does his role for that team.
Giroud though, as soon as you get told, listen, you got to break the record. There it is, and he's like, he's doing the Arsenal thing, isn't it? Ozil can break the record. Hey, you know what? This is the perfect point to stop. You know what?
I actually think France played better when Giroud went out yesterday. I think they did because I think they look too much to like play off him.
Yeah.
And when,
I think
It's the pick and roll. They like it. It works.
Break the record.
Yeah,
They were looking at it. They were like, yo, please get it. I remember Mbappe even played a cross the bar. I was like, bro, if you're at PSG, you're hitting that. You ain't giving that to Neymar. Why are you giving it to Giroud? What you did?
We're trying to knock down Henri records.
You know what Mbappe's doing.
Mbappe's like, yo,
let's get out of it.
Let's forget about this guy now. He's one of the old days.
I can't lie. Hold on. The old days. I can't lie. Giroud breaking that record and Belgium going out. Thierry. Don't let this be a bad Christmas. Tell KDB to rise.
You know, I keep forgetting this time of the year.
Bro, it's mad.
We just
It's
said
mad.
Christmas, I was like,
It's mad. Let's
I'm saying though, Giroud, he's gonna break the record, but he's gonna have it for 7 months because Mbappe's gonna break it by next year.
Exactly. Listen, man. Yeah. No, so before we get into that, there's something else we need to mention. Neymar, the injury. There's a lot of talk on it.
You know what?
do you think it ruins everything?
You know what?
Go on. I think you're gonna think. Well, you're gonna say what I'm thinking.
Say it.
I don't even think Neymar's coming back, bruv. I don't think Neymar's gonna be Neymar. You see the ankle?
Yeah, elephant's foot.
I think they're giving the Madison right now. Oh, he's fine. Yeah, no, he's fine. Oh, but why did you miss 2 training sessions, mate? Why have you missed 3? Why have you missed 4? I genuinely think they're like, Neymar's out. This is a guy that's had ankle injuries before. We know Neymar's brittle anyway. That foot is, bro, that is like somebody said it looks like a dead cat or something like that, right?
Auntie foot.
Yeah, like an auntie foot, yeah.
That's insane.
Bro, I genuinely think,
That's insane.
Bro,
Some heavyweight bingo arms.
bro, it could be one of them moments. It could be one of them moments where they're gonna want to do it for the story. Bring Neymar back. He's probably gonna take hella painkillers. Remember when they brought R9 back after having a seizure? They still played. I think it could be one of them moments where they rush him back for the Spain game that they might fall into. Brazil played poorly, and everyone's like, it's because Neymar played.
Yeah, they're gonna do the Harry Kane.
That's what I think.
They're gonna do the Harry
Here's
Kane.
the thing.
Just leave him.
I don't know if Brazil, I think, will be impacted, but I still think Brazil will go deep, even without.
Remember when
Neymar.
they played without him and they said, "We're doing this for him."
No, but this is
it. Now.
I think this is what comes into play now.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I'm saying because I think they can meet Spain in the quarters. I think Brazil are going to win their next game, win their next game, win their next game, get Brazil and get Spain in the quarters or whoever it is. Neymar's going to be back. Oh, yes. Neymar's back.
They should leave
home time. And everyone's going to be like,
it's his fault. Neymar. It's his fault.
Neymar.
Would it not be?
They should.
Would it not be?
No.
Listen.
Tite.
Hey? Tite hype. Now they're looking at managers again.
Make big decisions.
We look at the players again, yeah? Nah, I got him.
Listen, for me personally, just leave him. We saw when he was injured last time with the shirts and everything. Just use it as passion. Let him do the. You know what did Ronaldo came off injured in that game, innit, in the final? Or was he injured before?
He was injured. He started the game and then got injured early.
You see, it was a waste of a sub, but his coaching from the sideline was impactful.
Coaching,
let Neymar do that.
right.
Let Neymar do that.
Nah, that wasn't Fernando Santos coaching. That was Ronaldo. I don't care.
That was Ronaldo saying, I need my name somehow in the lights. That's all it was. Fernando Santos coached
better than what
that,
John
mate.
Terry did.
What? Oh, full kit.
Come on. After watching the full game in the stand and the suit.
So he had his shin pads on as well.
Bro! Metal studs.
What, is that real men? Or is that real men? What's that?
Of course, JT. That's real men. You know what I mean? JT, come on, real men. That's one of the realest men
I don't know about that one.
You know what I'm saying? Listen.
That one's going to the dubious.
I hope everyone. But give a shout out to your boy though, man. He stole the headlines, even though there was an understory about how good Casemiro was. But I'll let you lot have it. This was your moment.
Listen, I think because we spoke about it pre-tournament.
He's not your boy.
Come, Pruhive.
He's not your boy.
Pruhive, man.
You are
Listen,
fraud.
stand
You are
up,
a fraud.
rise up, and be counted.
Don't touch me.
We ain't trying to hear this, brother.
Don't
yeah?
touch me.
Listen,
You are a fraud.
We said before the tournament, though.
You are.
Did he not have 10 games, no goals? And we said, I hope he goes to this tournament, and I hope he
But
can
you
do
are a
something.
fraud.
And what did
You
my
turn
boy
your
do?
back. You
What
turn
did
your
my
back
boy
at the
do?
nearest chance.
Goal of the tournament. And
You
you
are
see that type
nasty.
of goal? That's the type of shit every boy dreams of. World Cup
you are
debut.
nasty.
In that Brazil yellow and green. Bicycle. Wabba.
You are nasty.
Hold that.
You are nasty.
Hold that in your pipe and smoke it, mates.
Whoa.
Don't ever doubt us again. Listen,
Me,
pride
dog.
to
This
the
is what I'm
world.
saying. That's what I'm saying. What's going on here? What's going on here? All I have to say, Richie, is our mission is complete.
Hey, listen. Now,
This is where we
though.
depart.
Goal of the tournament for me. 100%
nah,
goal of the
listen,
tournament.
man,
No matter
again-
what goes in.
You see, he falls into that. I'm not comparing, but you know when you look over like years of past, you have these strikers at international level, different class. It's time. That's what he is for Brazil. He understands the magnitude. He understands what it means to the country. He plays his role for the team. He knows he's not supposed to be Neymar. He knows he's not supposed to be Casemiro. Everyone knows that he plays his role and he does it well. What will be interesting now is if Neymar's not available, do people now start trying to do too much to try and cover that? The gap. No, because that's what happens when you miss a big player.
He can do what he does. Get
No,
the goals.
no, of course,
I feel like
he
other
can.
guys like Rafinha, those guys are now going to have extra eyes on him. Vinny, can you
But
step up and
for
take
me,
the
it's not
mantle?
about extra eyes. It's more about, okay, the demigod is not there. Do I have to then do more? Because what he does for the team is enough. in terms of if he starts trying to play like Neymar, and anything, you're probably being
No,
implemented to the team.
impossible.
So that's
Bruno
what I'm saying.
comes
Yeah,
into that
they have
team,
to-
does it
they
give
have
it a
they
bit
have
more
to find
balance?
their balance.
Well, Maze,
I think-
they're already talking about with Brazil. They're not going to bring in like a Rodrigo or whatever. They're bringing in Fred, and they're going to play 4-3-3.
Ew.
But they're just going to change the way they play.
Yeah,
But this is what I'm saying.
but
So
it's
like,
the same. It's the same thing. You bring in Fred.
Paqueta's just going to step
There
into
we
where
go.
he
Yeah,
was, isn't
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Bro, they won the competition without Neymar.
that's what I'm
you know
saying.
what I mean?
So it's just
Neymar
about the same. It's more of the same.
and Neymar didn't play well against Serbia either. He didn't. He was mid. So
Couple
you know what I
nutmegs
mean?
and a couple
Man,
shrugs, he
but
probably
listen,
did.
man, time's
You know what I
going.
mean?
Let's get into some upsets, man, because there's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of them.
Like, real men, they had to take something.
Hey.
They left with
Listen.
name.
Well, I like how we just escaped our Serbia.
It's Brazil. Let
Yeah,
us.
underdog semi-finals, but it was Serbia.
Wait, why can't?
Last week, where are they now, huh?
Hold on. Why can't the
Where's
Wait,
Rajkovic?
wait.
Yeah, where is
Did
he?
he even
Where
play?
is he?
Look, they won't even let me speak.
Where is
What's
he?
going on here? They won't even let me speak.
Go on.
Look,
What happened to
the
Serbia?
Serbs-
Tell us.
Look, what do you mean, bruv? The Serbs we were stuck in that game until what? How many minutes? Richarlison came off his
Stuck,
2 games. We stayed in it. Brazil are a tough opposition. It's
That's
the first game of the
system.
tournament. You know what I mean? We said, all right, cool, we're gonna lose. We'll take Neymar's ankle with us. Hold that. You know what I mean? We're still trying to get number 1 somehow.
Real men.
Do it without Neymar now. You know what I mean?
Man said-
We'll
said-
finish top.
Man said, what are you willing to do today?
Don't let nobody come into your house and take your food. Hey, don't kill me, man.
Don't worry, look. Who Serbia got next?
Nah, but you know what's mad though?
Cameroon. Serbia.
They need to
Man
lead
said,
with something, bro.
Africa.
Listen,
We got them. We got them down.
hey,
Again,
if you let Cameroon dunk on your...
all right, man. Mitrovic, Vlahovic.
Hey, all of them man on bench. Just Mitrovic up top alone. Just, yeah, bro.
He could put a little
I
bit
was
too
like,
much responsibility on our shoulders,
I was
but
like, yo.
you know what I mean. We'll see what happens, man. But listen,
They say
Let's
in the
talk
chat. They say in the chat. Cam speaking French about we. I heard you say we about England that much.
You see the tweet I put? I said 7 p.m. comes, and it's the black guy. There's like 5 facts about something.
hold on. Are any of the nations? Only one nation went out today. A nation went home today.
Who? Costa Rica? No, Costa Rica won. Qatar went home.
Qatar,
yeah.
a certain nation went home today. I'm hearing a voice in the background, but I'm sure a nation went home today.
You?
Maple syrup team or something.
The
The team, no, they play hockey.
Lumberjacks.
Yeah, they play hockey.
Man said 6, 6, 6, 6,
Yeah,
6, 6.
Oh, you mean Drake's...
Tory Lane's
theatre
and them,
club?
man.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain Canadians
guess.
went home, but we don't even know what production's from. One day he's from Algeria, then
Next
he's
day
from
he's from
Iran,
Spain.
then he's from
one
France,
day he's
then he's
Muslim,
Argentinian.
next day he's
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
Blood.
We don't even
don't know.
You don't know, bro. One day, alhamdulillah, next day,
They praise the Lord.
in Jesus' name, hallelujah, bro. What's going on? I'm saying.
Yo soy de Rio de Janeiro. Yo soy de Rio de Janeiro.
That's the Rio de Janeiro, bro.
Oh,
Buenos
man.
Aires.
But upsets. Got to start with Saudi Arabia, innit?
When you don't
The white wizard. That's what they call him.
No,
in
that's the
Africa.
thing. This tournament has had a lot of has had a lot of upsets. I saw people talking about this World Cup's not that good, blah blah blah. But I think this World Cup's been good so far.
It's been
We've had
vibes.
upsets. We've had loads of moments. Morocco just beat Belgium. You know what I mean? What a performance that they had. Ziyech. I've never seen him play with so much intensity in my life. You know what I mean?
That's champ of the week
They're
nominee.
lining up the top shooter
Bro,
tonight.
There's been some big
I
performances.
went
There's
past
been some
Edgware Road on the
underdogs.
tube. I could smell it in the tube, bro.
Same.
So
I
what?
smell the sheesh on the tube when I went
Edgware
past
Road
Edgware
was
Road,
popping,
bro.
bro. I can't lie.
That upper watermelon mix was hitting.
Grove as well. Grove. The Latimer Road.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
it's
going off
jumpy.
today.
It's jumpy. It's jumpy.
But,
They need to give him the keys to the
Japan
city.
as well,
Real
though.
talk.
Japan against Germany, of
Japan,
course. And
yeah.
of course, they fumbled it against Costa Rica yesterday.
I mean, we can do champs and duds, but their manager's going to be a dud for me because why you put all of your players, your good players, on the bench and then try and sub them
Bro,
in? Like this is some.
You are playing defensive against one of the worst teams
Teams-
in the tournament. Where
Who's
you
that,
should be
Japan?
going- Costa Rica, yeah. So you go and beat
Costa
Germany.
Rica.
You're thinking, all right, Costa Rica now. Go and play the attackers, and instead you're like, nah, I'll just sit back and what's his name? Gundo. Or Gonda, that was it.
What's been your favorite upset of the tournament so far? Let's do one each. Production, you can get involved as well. For me, it's got to be the Saudi one.
Oh, of course.
Just because ultimately, I think I tweeted before. I said, anyone that's watched AFCON knows who Herve is. They know that white shirt never gets creased, and they know that he can load something. And what did he do? the White Wizard magic the upside. That was a good performance. That was a really good performance.
And it's just. It's a style.
They played well as well.
It wasn't
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to sit back and counter and 1-0. Let's, inshallah. But it was we're gonna take the game to you, inshallah, and we're gonna feel this. So listen,
No,
the Warriors of Allah have been thriving
I've been
this
saying,
World Cup.
I said, MENA region.
What teams have been?
Morocco,
Saudi Arabia,
Qatar. That concerns me a little bit.
Qatar. We had a little shake.
Tunisia, they've given passion.
Yeah.
Tunisia, they've given
Senegal as
passion.
well. We've had some passion.
I said they've given passion.
Passion.
I didn't say they've performed. No, they're giving passion. Every tackle's
Islam.
that.
Hey, listen, trust me, bro.
Islam.
We are cooking.
All right, what about
MENA.
what about Iran?
Iran? What?
Beat
Last
Wales,
minute?
bro.
Yeah.
They might
Yeah,
go.
it was hype. But
They might go through.
Hold that.
what happened when they played
What
the Christian
happened?
country?
Gareth Bale, best British player.
What happened when they played the Christian country?
Who?
What happened when they played the Christian country?
Oh, you gonna get FTBL in trouble.
Don't worry. We backed that thing too. Peace in the Middle East.
We good.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what other upsets have we had though outside of the
We had the
big
Japan,
ones? Have
Germany,
been Japan, Germany, Saudi.
Argentina. There's another one I'm forgetting.
I don't know Iran, Wales if it's an upset per se. I
No,
think
no,
it was
no.
a nice last minute win.
It was a nice moment.
I'm trying
There
to
was
think
another one.
upsets wise.
I would even say South Korea getting a draw against your boys Uruguay.
I would say considering how badly Uruguay played as well. I think even Ecuador drawing with Holland was decent.
I can't lie. Ecuador been doing their thing on.
Hey.
Listen.
Eno Valencia needs to get held up. I think Ecuador's last 6 goals
all been him.
All him. Bruv, he needs a statue at the airport.
But when it's KDB now.
Oh, what's this? Are you jumping on as well? Alright.
I've been on this boat. I've been on
when
this
the full
boat.
season, club season's normal, just remember these guys, yeah?
When he
That's
gets
what
his
I'm
super
saying.
team back, yeah.
When he gets his super
Well, but we're talking about all these upsets and stuff, but we got to talk about Qatar being the worst hosts in terms of players. I'm talking about that.
Say what?
Yo.
Man said, hey, camera free,
Hey,
camera
they
free,
almost
camera
Hold on.
free,
You know
camera
what I
free,
mean?
camera free.
You know what I mean? I ain't jumping in no political.
Look at camera one as
You know what
well.
I'm saying?
Let camera one know as well.
Performance-wise,
Yeah.
Qatar have been terrible this tournament. Have they scored yet? No, they scored 1 goal. They scored 1 goal, but they lost their first 2. Are they already out? They're already out. I mean, now they're just hosting for us. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, no deep run, no nothing.
Hey, man.
Thanks for the facilities. You know what I'm trying to say?
South
So,
Korea,
you know what I mean?
South Africa all over again.
You know, oh yeah, it's true.
South
It's
Africa
true.
got
But
knocked
yeah,
out group
man.
stages, but
Listen, man.
at least they drew the first game.
I mean, at least
Little bit of resilience.
At least they gave the opening goal. You know what I mean? Qatar getting their back door. You know what I mean? Slammed in. So it's
man,
crazy. Yeah. You know what? I couldn't withdraw that one. I couldn't withdraw.
What made you go with that verse?
I was like,
What made you go with that verse?
there was nowhere else to go.
I couldn't withdraw it. I was like,
Oh my
wait,
god, nah, man, that's too funny.
I can't lie. Is there any wait, man's get 20% off STTV to make sure you do that festive period. Is there any more super chats?
Yeah, there's a few. They want to know what your thoughts were on Tyler Adams in the U.S. game.
I've always been a fan of Tyler Adams and Aronson.
Yeah, Aronson obviously coming off the bench. Tyler Adams, though, captain as well, isn't he?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Pulisic went in
That
form.
American team is very young as well. So
Yeah,
listen,
they're building for the next tournament, but
I don't
he's competent.
personally
That's,
rate him.
Tyler
Yeah, I
Adams
think
is
he's
competent.
I think he's decent.
He's
but
competent. If anyone that remembers, before he moved, he was playing right back, holding mid, centre mid. He played a bit forward. Like, he's a competent player. Performance,
I think
though,
he's almost being put up as like
yeah,
you know,
it's people going far. 'Cause obviously, it's a World Cup performance, but you got to hail him up. He did that.
similar
but
like what they were doing with McKinney a year or 2 ago. McKinney's good. McKinney's nice, but he's
No, Adams is
nothing
competent, man.
Crazy that we're never gonna see again.
Adams is competent.
yeah, but
McKinney
he's a
hype.
decent player.
No, he's competent. What's the next one saying?
Brazil are about to put Neymar on a T-shirt, 7-2 settings. Richarlison finally proved he's Brazilian and not Romanian.
Hey,
Romanian,
hey,
whoa.
For years they were questioning that the Brazilian. You can never
you're-
speak to Richarlison again,
You're
man.
nasty. Like I said,
Don't talk to my boy nicely.
you said
Talk
yeah,
to my
you
boy
can't.
Nice.
Richarlison, the journey's been lovely. You can go on your way.
Guy
now.
ends at one watch and he thinks he's boys with him now.
Okay, we've made it.
Hey,
we've
man,
made it to where we need
That's
to
a
make
rollie
it.
for life.
My stocks
Every time he looks at Daytona, I know he sees me.
Both Pedri and Musiala are special but different. Musiala played left wing for 70 minutes when Muller went off. He went to number 10 and did his thing. Last 20 minutes, one assist.
Yeah, he was much better in the 10 role, I think.
Yeah.
That was a lucky assist though. But
Yeah, go on. What else
He
we
got
got?
robbed. Fulcrum said move.
The entire chat, bro. I don't know if someone has like infiltrated the chat, but everyone is talking about Leao. Leao must.
This is why I love the live chat, you know.
Someone must have infiltrated the chat because all of it is Leao right now.
boy, listen,
You
Leao.
must
Yeah.
address
No, but
Cams.
listen, it's funny because when people hear "must," they automatically think is criticism or it's hate.
It's just an instruction.
I'm telling you, you must do something. It was me. Listen, it was me. Yeah, who in the chat when I was talking with Liaz on Final Whistle, he was like, "Oh, but he's not gonna get much game time." I said he must, with his limited game time, make impact, and he did it. On to the next game.
Do you know what the key thing is?
But I said he must be in the team of the tournament.
I think that's the key part. Once again,
That's
I think
it.
people should listen.
He
It's a
must.
Team of the tournament
It's an
as well.
instruction, yeah.
It's team of the tournament. So
In
that-
limited
that-
minutes, he
that-
must make team of the tournament.
So
That
he's
was
doing
the must. That
he's-
was the must.
He's
So-
doing what I require right now. That's good. That's good. On to the next game.
Hey,
Yo,
nice finish,
you
though.
ask somebody to do something. Listen, if when your mum comes home and says take the meat out the freezer,
Hey,
That was a long
that's
time
a
ago,
topical
bro.
one. I can't lie to you. That,
you gotta
No,
just
you don't-
take
you don't
take
need
the
it.
meat out the freezer.
I be them late ones. Oh shit, she's parking. Yo.
There we go. And that's why you'll have fraud allegations on you. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you just do it, your mum's gonna say, yeah, that's what I require. I don't need to make noise about that.
Hey,
You
man.
know what I
Cam,
mean?
Cam, why is there never musts about the players you like? It's always musts
I like-
about it's always musts about players you don't like.
I like
is
every
it-
player. I don't have a hate against
Wait,
any player.
okay, let's
So
let's do one
did
for
you or
Grealish.
did you or did you not call Leao another Ismail
What must
Assar?
Grealish do?
Hold on. Wait. What was that?
Did
Sorry?
you or did you not call Leao another Ismail
Don't come back
Assar?
to that.
Did I what?
Did you or did you not call Leao another Ismail Assar?
Prove it.
We did it on live, bro.
He ain't got
Listen, we got a
He
CCTV.
ain't got proof. He ain't got proof.
Someone's
of that.
gonna clip that
Alright,
now.
cool.
He ain't got proof.
Production, I was,
Pat, find the video,
What must Grealish do this World Cup?
It all depends on what Gareth Southgate.
No, but you said
be
with limited
starting
minutes
by the end of
he
the
must.
tournament.
He just that's
You
a good.
must be starting.
That's a good one. Hopefully,
Is
Gareth
Grealish the
Southgate
most?
You
Is he the
must-
most expensive player at the tournament? No, because that's probably
He's the most
Mbappe.
expensive Premier League
No,
signing.
that's Neymar. That's Mbappe and Neymar.
He's the most
So
expensive.
is he
Neymar,
third?
get well
signing.
soon, man. You know what I mean? Get
Okay,
well
well,
soon.
so if Neymar's not here, that means he's in top two.
I don't know actually. Who else is there?
Creative wise.
No, it's in.
Creative wise.
Creative wise. What are you saying?
What do you
where,
mean?
Where does he rank at the tournament, Grealish?
God, I mean, if you look at what his stats are, he's up there. You know what I mean? He's up
Top
there. Nah, probably not top three.
You see?
They run from
Probably
that.
not top three.
He looked at that and said, nah.
I said, let me not throw him underneath the bus.
Who's in that tournament?
I said, let me not throw him
I'm
under the
learning
bus.
cams. I'm learning how
see-
to corner him.
You see, man, have more musts for Grealish than they do for KDB. All right, let's
No,
look.
I'll
Who's the
talk-
most
I'll say
creative?
KDB.
Who's the most creative in the tournament?
I don't know, because
Oh, you don't know now.
crosses ain't creativity apparently, and that's what KDB does.
Nope.
So apparently KDB ain't creative. So
Nope.
exclude him
That was a-
from the
that was a good
conversation.
return.
It wasn't a good return because I used KDB as my example for someone that can mix it up. Trent is the one that I said that for. So, guys, please, if you're gonna come at the
Oh,
king,
wait, hold on.
if
Actually,
you're gonna
wait.
come at the king, you best
Alright,
not
cool.
miss. You know
Actually,
what I'm trying
wait.
to say?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
For perspective, KDB, they're gonna go back to the same team. And Grealish. We're saying that KDB,
No, KDB is going to be training by the time Grealish comes. Grealish is going to get a couple of weeks off because England are going further than Belgium, right?
So in that further that
So
he
he's
goes,
going to
he
come
must.
back and KDB better dobale. You better say, say hello.
Long time no
Hello,
see.
sir.
No, long time no see.
Hello, sir.
How's the journey back?
You know what I mean? Hello, sir.
Have you
know what I
eaten?
mean? My team is too old. You know what I mean? Your team's nice and youthful. Get out of here, man.
Jack,
Grealish, just make sure you're ready for
Make
KDB.
sure. There's no must. Make sure.
No, KDB. No. KDB. KDB. KDB.
When it comes
Make
to Grealish,
No, listen.
starring.
You don't let me finish. KDB, make sure you're ready for Grealish's arrival. That's all. Make sure. That's it. Thank you very much, Stan. That's
Ladies
all.
and gentlemen, we got him. We fucking got
They
him.
got me because of how? Because I want Leao to
still-
be in the team of the
He still hasn't
tournament.
told us what Grealish must do this tournament.
I
Leao
said it.
the other day as
I
well, innit?
expect him to be starting, hopefully, but it's Gareth Southgate's decision, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so nice. The manager's again.
Yeah.
Can we do?
Ability can't get him in that lineup, you know.
What can
Alright,
we
cool.
do?
Let's do champs and duds quick. Is there any more super chats? Anyway? Alright, cool. Let's do champs and duds quickly.
Ooh. Oh man, I just had a champ there as well.
The guy that scored for Germany.
What's that on his name?
Raphael's finish though was nice. Did you see the smile?
Yeah, nice.
I was like, bro, that's got to go on Instagram.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Champs. To be
Qatar
fair,
have to
I'll give
take-
France champs for how they were written off and the fact that they're the first team qualified.
It's a nice one.
Got to give them that. Got to give them their
respect
dues.
You go.
Valencia. I said Valencia.
Faktosh.
Yeah, no, Valencia, yeah.
Like I can't. You know, there's always like one underwhelming. Not underwhelming. That's a harsh term, but there's always like unassuming bagsman at a World Cup. He said, "I'm going to put my." He's put his country on his back, and I've got respect.
Aye, full Krug.
Yeah,
He deserves a champ. Full Krug.
the guy that scored for Germany.
Oh, is that his name?
Ain't no one know who he is exactly.
I said who?
He put his name on the map today, bro.
I think.
Give context though, like why he's in the
Because
squad.
obviously, yeah.
you want me to
what
do
is
it?
it? 10
10
10
goals in the Bundesliga. It's only his third appearance. He's 29. He's only in the squad because Ronaldo got injured. Comes on the pitch, gets the goal. You gotta respect it, man.
Yeah. It's weird. This could be like champ and dud at the same time because it's so funny. Bukhari for Ghana. Sue? Doing the Sue. See now, the duddery, it's duddery because you were losing. You know what I mean? And the worst thing is, it was even like they were losing in the 45th minute. They were losing in the 89th minute, right? So that was duddery. But then it's champ at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's a local. I think I might be wrong, but I think he's a local lad. And he ends up scoring against Portugal, get in front of his idol. So it's a very, very funny moment, bruv. It's a very funny moment. But yeah, even the way he did it, he was off balance.
Yeah, the form was off.
It was brass. It's like he knew, damn, I need to go back, but I need to do the celebration right now.
And then he did two celebrations in one.
Bro, he did this as well.
That was, bro, he had another one lined up.
The funniest thing is, yeah, this is meant to be like
a calm
close-up.
celebration.
Yeah.
he's running. I'm like, yo, bro.
And man
you
made
doing
it.
anything.
But I said that. I even noticed it with Darwin. Yeah, players nowadays are trying to force 3 or 4 celebrations in
yeah.
one goal. I'm like, big man,
It's the
score
Instagram-
3 goals.
It's the Instagram.
Do you know whose legacy that is? Pogba. This,
Man said.
then this, then some.
Yeah. And then
Bro.
No, but Pogba's special, man. He
we
can
won't-
do
yeah,
that. That's
yeah,
his
nah.
brand. You know what I mean?
Pogba, we won't forget you, man. We won't forget
Aye.
you.
2 guys actually.
Go on.
Richarlison for that goal, 1, and Cody motherfucking Gakpo. I want to put some respect on that brother's name. Serious bagsman.
Ooh.
And he's coming
Told
Premier
you
League
should start
soon.
ahead of the pie.
Yeah. Relax. Play
No,
them together.
No, but I told you. He's
Berger
centre
over there
forward.
doing Bergwijn.
No, but I told
Drop
you.
him. The pie, Gakpo, there. That's all we
The
need.
pie is bitter though.
Who?
There's a quote that came out and he was
I
like,
saw that. I saw
the
that.
pie is bitter, man.
saw that.
I don't like it when old as a blood.
Listen,
He's like, they're doing
Gakpo's
good.
nice and he's doing well for the team and I like it, but the
said-
team would be
and-
better
and-
with Memphis.
Yeah, he said that's what
Third
he said,
person,
yeah.
Memphis.
No, he said,
I
He's
said,
bitter,
okay,
man.
Memphis.
He's bitter, man. Yeah, son. Some baby lion, man. Get out of here, man.
Hey, he's coming to United and we're going to mould him into a top ST. Don't worry. We're
Hey,
going to mould him into a top striker. You
future's
wait on
there.
it.
The only thing is he's got a mean whip on him, so it's
Yeah, drift around
thing is,
sometimes, man.
yeah.
If that move does happen, again, not to stray off topic, we mentioned it before the tournament started. We said how ultimately the Leeds move didn't go in. We said that we mentioned the whole LVG thing, the club and everything. It's all worked out perfectly. He just has to make sure that he knows what comes with being at United. And with Ten Hag, it operates for him because that's the sort of move that can go very left. Like he has ability, but that move can go so left. And I don't even think it's because of misprofiling. I just think it's sometimes a player can arrive in a situation and then it's like, So, I mean, if he does end up there, I think it's a great sign and I like the kid. So, hold at him. Duds, Japan manager is a dud for me. Qatar, duddery.
Canada manager for the Croatia comment.
Yes.
Backing it up. That's-
No,
that's-
but Cam will say it's real men.
nah.
What did he say?
When he said, when we play Croatia and who's it, Morocco?
Basically said, we deserve to be here. So, and you'll see that when we F Croatia and Morocco. And
gotta
then
back
got
it up,
smacked 4-1.
It will be real men if you backed it
Yeah,
up.
duddery.
Bruh.
Real men back up their claims.
He's English still. He's
Is he?
Englishman, yeah.
Real men back up their claims. KDB for saying his squad is too old.
Yeah, KDB's got
As the best player, that's throwing them under the bus.
That concerns
Kevin
me a
Durant
little
done something like that a couple of weeks ago. So something like, how am I meant to
Yeah,
win
yeah.
with these man? Everyone went crazy, but KDB, it's he's right.
KDs.
My see what you did there.
And I heard.
I didn't mean that. I'm sorry, man.
I heard Durant's double barrel last name is Bryant too. Kevin Durant Bryant. I'm joking.
You're dumb.
No.
You're so dumb.
Duds. Can't think of any.
Qatar?
Qatar.
Hey, yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Expected from Qatar. Though.
I'm not gonna lie. Neuer hasn't been for both goals this tournament. I ain't been impressed.
No, you know.
I ain't been impressed.
Courtois.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was cussing Belgium yesterday, but that goal in the first half that he got away with, and then in the second half that goal as well. I'm sorry.
Belgium as a whole,
better.
and is it? Do you know why it's so dumb? Yeah, they're treating that's Champions League Courtois. I should have been higher in the Ballon d'Or.
I should win the Ballon
d'Or, bro. That was. Do you know what that is? You know Hackney Marshes, yeah.
Goalkeeper with the Ballon d'Or.
Bro,
joke with that.
Don't
joke,
bro. The day that happens, I'm
bro,
done.
Hackney Marshes, what they say, you know, the keeper likes to faff around a bit, just stick it on him, he'll make it easy for us. Twice in one game. I am so sorry. Courtois.
Listen,
And to be honest, yeah, we don't forget what he did. We will not forget what he did to Minile. We will not forget what he did to KDB.
That's a
we will not.
bitterness.
We will not forget what he did to your
I'm not adding all
teammates.
this
You
extra.
deserve this.
what did he do? What did he do to
I
his
mean, he was
teammates?
sleeping with his international teammates.
But where do you think he learned that from?
That's what I'm saying. We will not forget.
Not Minile's.
No, but Minile backed the beef. Said you don't sleep with your teammates.
Oh, okay.
We will not forget.
But it was supported when it was John Terry.
I didn't
right?
support that shit. I didn't support that shit. I didn't support that shit.
Uncomfortable.
You're the one that called him a real man. You called him a real man. You called him
It
a real
was
man.
Captain Leader Legend when it was John Terry.
I didn't back it.
Courtois does it. And it's hated.
I didn't condone it.
The goalposts are shifting, lads.
I didn't condone it.
You guys are seeing this.
I didn't condone it. You called him a real man.
I was gonna say you guys are forgetting the biggest dud of the first two match days.
Go on.
Rodrigo De Paul was literally playing against his own teammates.
Overhated.
yesterday. Huh?
They're hating on him. They're hating on him. They're
No.
overhating on
You
the
know what? This is your dad. Go for it.
He's a massive dud, man. Yesterday he was literally playing against Argentina.
They said
Literally.
that he looks like you.
That's
That's
not.
Hey, yo, listen, man. Listen.
Oh shit.
I think we're back for a midweek episode. There's going to be episodes of FTBL.
Hit the likes.
Yeah.
Hit the likes.
Like, share,
hit the
subscribe,
likes. Hit the likes.
algorithm,
Hit the likes.
notifications on. Listen, we've been getting our tweets off. Production's going to put our Twitter handles in there. Make sure you follow us so you can get in the moment coverage of the World Cup. We are up every day, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. tweeting. We are jobless. Come and join us in the conversation. Like, share, subscribe, get the likes in. Anyone that wasn't here watching, go and tell them they missed out. We've got midweek show coming. Shows are coming out every single day. Go and support Cam. Go and support Leah's. Go and support.
from afar.
Qatar from afar, you know, Qatar from afar, FTBL culture, final whistle, StoppageTime. It's loaded, man. It's loaded
We're
on
there,
here.
man. Good luck and prosperity.
Hit the likes. Hit the likes. Just hit the likes.
We'll be back soon.
Peace.
We're out. That is so funny, bro.
And 20.
Man said, what happened when they boxed the Muslims? That is.
Aye, that was too funny.
insane.
I was like, yo, where's he gonna go with this? Where's he gonna go with this? I was like, please guys. Then he said when he said the Christianity, bro, I was like, oh shit, man, he's fucked us. So I was like.